Hello, Apollo Nation. Your boy here, Apollo, from down, down, up, up. And it is good to see you once again in the light and with proper audio. But before we get into this video, I would like to say a special shout out to my people, the wonderful subscribers. I am almost to 70 subscribers. I think I need one more. Love it after this. If you don't know my channel, hit that like button and subscribe, baby. Almost there. And thank you to everyone who tuned in to my reaction video for Brock Lesnar and Kofi Kingston's championship match and the aftermath on last week's Smackdown. Really appreciate it. Have not hit numbers like that on the channel in a while. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It was in the heat of the moment decision. I was busy that weekend, actually. It was a little bit of a weekend vacation. And I had just finished the hockey game with the wonderful people who I was staying with. Everyone decides to go to bed. I look at the time and realize, wait a minute, there's still 10 minutes of Smackdown left. Maybe I'll be able to catch the championship match. And also because I did not put in the time and effort to do a predictions video for you all for Hell in a Cell, because a lot of things were announced the day of. I believe 5 of the 9 matches were announced the day of Hell in a Cell. I didn't put out a prediction video. I did not. So I figured, here's a reward. Instead, I'm going to do a little reaction video to Brock and Kofi. And that was really fun to do. I love to overreact. I love to pop. And it was definitely a Smackdown worth popping for in the end. Because the way I look at it, I feel like Kofi Kingston's reign, now in the history books, the end really wasn't that bad. It was a huge surprise. I didn't look on it with hate right away, and then with Cain Velasquez showing up, it just made the moment even bigger, and with Kofi losing in such ridiculous quick fashion, he's just going to gain more sympathy. We got to be with Kofi. We got to get him back to the top, because he's the man, and we know he is, in our hearts, Kofi Kingston. So it's not a moment I'm going to look at with extreme hate, although I completely understand and empathize with, empathize with all of you who do make that decision. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Brock's a champion. Probably going to another WrestleMania, if we're being honest. Maybe longer. It depends what they want to do. I just hope Brock is full-time now. I can get behind Brock Lesnar even harder if he's full-time. But besides that, thank you for the views, the likes, the subscriptions after that video. But it's time to talk about today's subject. The aftermath, which I did promise in the reaction video I would do. It's time for Talk Apollo Talk, results and review for Hell in the Cell. Now, how was Hell in a Cell? My opinion, it was okay. It was an okay show. Now, I know that opinion may be against what you think, and I completely agree with all of you about this subject. The only difference is the way some of this went benefited me strongly in my predictions against my friends who I watch the shows with. So I can't hate it if I'm the one who predicted it. But let's move on and I'll explain. First of all, I have to talk about those bonus moments on the show. Besides the interviews and the usual shenanigans, we had some surprising 24/7 title decisions on this show. I believe, I'm trying to put this together, there was an interview backstage on the main show with the Street Profits, I believe. All of a sudden, R-Truth jumps into frame, and Carmella gets rolled up by none other than Tamina Snuka. That's right, Tamina is back on TV, and she won the 24/7 championship. Now, first off, I'm not going to discredit this. Tamina, great job. You won a championship. I don't care if it's ridiculed by people or not. Tamina has been here for a long time now. She's been here nearly 10 years on the main roster. She deserved something. She deserved the even the old butterfly title. Oh, that would have been like more than 7 years ago against Beth Phoenix in a match I really thought Tamina was going to win. She kind of deserved it at the time. But she wins the championship here later in the show, as if it couldn't get any more funny. We are chasing Tamina around the announcer tables, not the ones next to the ring, but the ones off in the crowd. Tamina grabs Funaki and tries to get protection, and Truth and Funaki are just doing these like karate poses at each other. It was hilarious. Everyone still loves Funaki, man. He is awesome. Unfortunately, that didn't help much. It did allow Tamina to evade R-Truth, but not a super kick by Carmella. But in a surprising change of fashion, Carmella wanted Truth to get the championship back. So she told Truth to pin Tamina. 1, 2, 3. R-Truth wins the championship. I think that's his 16th now. I want to say. So well done to that. As far as Carmella's reign went, I kind of hope she gets it back because I like the idea of the women getting into this thing now too. Or if it's just going to be men pinning women and women pinning men, let's go for it. Free for all every day. Just an opinion. Just an opinion. But moving on. The bonus match of the night that was announced literally, I think it was on the kickoff. I'm pretty sure it was on the kickoff. Ali was getting interviewed about his failures against Shinsuke Nakamura, and he has been failing a lot lately, if we're being honest. Randy Orton criticized him, and Ali challenged Orton to a match later in the show, and Orton allowed it. He said, "You're on." And they had a match that was okay. It was okay. In my opinion, it should have been a lot shorter, especially after the part of the show we'd seen to that point. I believe it was the Hell in a Cell between Sasha and Becky, and then the Tornado no disqualification match between Roman, Bryan versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Then it was Ali versus Orton, and that was sort of there. The only cool thing about the match was maybe the last minute and a half. Orton goes for the RKO maybe a second time. Ali does a handstand and doesn't sell it. He goes for a roll-up, but Orton kicks out. Ali goes for his rolling X Factor, gets caught with an RKO. That was cool. I did like that, and Orton got the win. If this was something I had to predict early on, I would have picked Ali. I would have thought this would have been a good win for him if he's going to keep his feud going with Shinsuke. It didn't happen. Did not happen. Orton got the win. It is what it is. Now let's talk about the show set. Let's get right into this. Kickoff had a match that was announced the day of the show. It was Natalya versus Lacey Evans again. Not much to say here. It was really easy to predict because 50-50 booking. Lacey Evans got the win on Raw. And Natalya gets the win with the sharpshooter on this show. She even cheap shots Lacey Evans after the match. And surprisingly, later in the show, a match was announced between them again on Raw tonight in a last woman standing match. Are you kidding me? This feud gets a last woman standing match? Come on. Like, when I think about last woman standing matches, I think about Charlotte and Becky's last year at Evolution. That was great. That was pretty fantastic. This, on the other hand, yeah, that's what I pretty much think about that. Completely pointless. Completely pointless to me. But moving on. Main show, we started with Hell in a Cell. The Women's Championship on the line for Raw. Becky Lynch defending against Sasha Banks. Now, first off, the actual match itself was good. I enjoyed most of the new spots we got in this. And praise the heavens above, a table spot that worked for women in Hell in a Cell. I am so glad they went for something simple. I am so very glad they went for something simple with the table breaking, because if there's one thing that has just left a sour taste in top-notch women's matches in WWE, it's been those damn tables that won't break. And I can't stand that. I just can't stand that anymore. Boo. But no, we didn't have this problem here. Sasha hit her knees off the top rope and put Becky through a table. It was great. That was fine. Yeah, I'm losing my voice already. Can you believe it? So what else? We had some good chair spots. Ladder. I believe even Becky used the chain that was wrapped around the door to attack Sasha a little bit. I think it was Becky who used this. That was kind of amusing. We didn't have any action climbing the cell with either cell matches. Nothing like that. So last year sort of outdid this year's in that factor. I don't know what's going on with my throat right now, but you people understand hydration is important. Because obviously what you want to see from me in a 20-plus minute video is me drinking that water. Don't know why I'm rambling on about that. Moving on. But as for the actual finish, this might set some of you off. Because my throat... I'm just going to keep talking about my throat the rest of the video. You guys are cool with that, right? Bring it in. But I believe that this was the right decision. After a lot of trial and effort, Sasha Banks even getting a bank statement with a kendo stick at one point, Becky Lynch takes advantage of all the chairs Sasha set up in the ring to hit a Bexploder. I believe something else was I just can't remember what it was. And then into the disarm her, Sasha's pulling at Becky's hair, trying to grab a chair, but eventually taps out because she's a loser. I was fine with this because here's how I'm seeing things going. One, Becky Lynch is still the man when you think about it. She's still popular as ever. She's still loved as ever. I'm not really getting sick of Becky like I thought I might be in the summer. And she was the one chosen for a segment with The Rock on SmackDown. Now, if you're doing stuff with The Rock, chances are that must be because you're doing pretty good. And obviously, you wouldn't lose a championship right after doing something like that. So, no. Two, Sasha has lost her momentum. She lost all momentum pretty much after Clash of Champions. Nothing new was being done for the feud. And it was rinse and recycle in those tag team matches. Honestly. Oh my goodness. And the final straw for me was that god-awful finish with Alexa Bliss on Raw. I hated that. I hated that ending. It was so bad, in my opinion. So Becky Lynch keeping the championship here makes sense to me. I want to see her keep going, especially since we saw a WrestleMania title win and a title reign end on SmackDown. Because Kofi and Becky won their championships at WrestleMania, and Kofi's lost his now. Becky's the only one left. So, moving on. We'll see what she's got next. I still think that a Becky-Ronda rematch would be a good idea for even next year's Mania. One-on-one would be nice. Because she's still the lady that beat Ronda Rousey. As controversial as that was, Becky is still the woman who beat Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. This, ladies and gentlemen, underneath all these chins is a throat that doesn't want to cooperate for you. But Becky Lynch wins. Sasha Banks and Bayley might be going on to the tag team scene again, and it looks pretty obvious when we get into the Bayley match later, which I was also ready for. But let's move on. From that, we all of a sudden jumped into the Tornado tag team match, with Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan taking on Luke Harper and Erick Rowan. This was good. Very fun. It was great to see the Bludgeon Brothers killing people again. Oh, they're fun to watch. The only thing that really rocked my brain in this match was how it looked like everyone was injuring their legs. Harper gets caught with a suicide dive. It looks like Bryan fell in his leg and he started limping for a bit. Roman Reigns hits a spear through an announce table. Looks like part of the table buckled and pushed it into Reigns' leg, and Reigns really looked like he sold that. Like, I was really worried for him after that. But finally, after everything, in my opinion, the really obvious happened. Harper got caught in the ring after Rowan was speared through a table. Got hit with a Superman punch, running knee, spear, and Roman Reigns got the pin. Roman and Bryan win. And the funny thing was they actually hugged it out after. So any rumors about Daniel Bryan turning heel and leading the charge against Reigns is looking very unlikely at this point. And it was easy to predict Roman winning this because of a little theory I've had from this year. Roman Reigns lost to Shane McMahon via screwjob at the Saudi Arabia show this year already, Super Show. Next pay-per-view, or maybe not the... No, not the next pay-per-view. It was the pay-per-view after Extreme Rules. He wins a tag team match. This time, Roman Reigns loses to Erick Rowan via shenanigans with Luke Harper coming back. Wins a tag team match the next pay-per-view. So, good. I was happy to see Reigns and Bryan win this because I didn't see the Bludgeon Brothers winning unless Bryan turned heel. And I didn't see Bryan turning heel. So this is fine. Moving on. So now I have to check the sheet because we already had the Ali Orton discussion. Moving on to, in my opinion, I think it was the biggest title surprise of the night, if you want my opinion. It was the Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. Another last-minute announcement match. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defending again against the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Didn't give much of a chance for anything different to happen in this match, but oh my gosh, did you shock me. Did you ever shock me? Alexa Bliss had just taken out Kairi Sane on the outside. The referee's checking on them. Asuka uses the green mist to Nikki Cross and a buzzsaw kick and wins the titles. I was completely shocked. I did not see this coming. Announced last minute. Asuka and Kairi Sane finally win something. Doesn't look like they're splitting up. Doesn't look like either of them is going to a different show. They did it. If this is a heel turn, okay. I don't really want to see them as heels unless they turn into complete total badasses. So, Asuka and Kairi Sane are the new women's tag team champions. This is cool. This was really cool. Good job. Thank you for surprising me. Moving on. Okay, here's one that was sort of random and completely, I thought ruined a theory of mine until match actually happened. We had another match that was announced the day of. AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows, the OC, taking on the Viking Raiders and a mystery partner. Oh, a mystery partner? Who exactly are you talking about, Charles? Well, I'll explain. It wasn't Cedric Alexander. It wasn't Samoa Joe, who I thought it was going to be. And oh my god, if it was Sheamus coming out as a Celtic Viking, I was going to laugh and pop like you'd never seen me pop before. But it wasn't. It was Braun Strowman. So we just had large men with beards taking on the OC. And the large men with beards did win, but by disqualification. My theory was I was hoping Samoa Joe would come back and we turn into total chaos and get a disqualification. Didn't happen, but the DQ still happened. Braun was in the ring and got beat down by the OC all at once. Referee rang the bell. And after a little bit of a scuffle, AJ goes for a phenomenal forearm to Braun. And Braun hits the WMD, the weapon of mass destruction, Big Show punch, and knocks Styles out. I am, of course, over-exaggerating because, of course, we know Braun and apparently the boxer known as Fury are gonna be having a match? I don't know. Things are so weird right now. And if they're too weird for you, I can remind you, AEW is a beautiful thing now, too, that I'm currently enjoying, because we, the people, that's probably my biggest pop of the week. Even bigger than the Brock Lesnar Kofi Kingston pop that you guys saw. I popped hard for Swagger this week. He's the best. Moving on. And don't take that literally. After that little kerfuffle, we had a match that thankfully did what it needed to do. It was Corbin versus Gable. This match I thought would have been announced weeks ago, but instead the day of. And after another nice little match, Corbin was trying to get disqualified again using the scepter. The referee's having none of it. Referee's having none of it. Chad Gable rolls him up and pins King Corbin. Chad Gable finally wins. Unfortunately, he got attacked in the back after having a good interview by Corbin. But it is what it is. Gable won. Gable beat Corbin on pay-per-view. Pleased with that. I'm hoping he'll get a clean win later down the line, either with his Chaos Theory suplex or the ankle lock. But for now, this is great. Completely fine with this. Now we're getting near the end of the show. After some mediocre moments, some fair moments, it's been a decent enough show. To me, getting to the last two. Bayley, Charlotte, SmackDown Women's Championship again. Bayley loses to Charlotte in a tag team match, just like she did going into Clash of Champions, except then Bayley was able to win with the help of the exposed turnbuckle. This match wasn't that lucky. Bayley tried with the eye poke. She tried with the feet on the rope going for the pins. She tried almost everything. But not this time. Not this time. If Fox wants Brock Lesnar to be WWE Champion, they most likely want Charlotte to be the Women's Champion. And ladies and gentlemen, proud to say, after the kerfuffle, after a fair match, Charlotte locks in that figure eight again and makes Bayley tap to win her, I think it's 10th? I think everyone's saying it's the 10th Women's Championship now for Charlotte. Either way, Charlotte is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. She did it. Well done. I was perfectly fine with this decision. Bayley was a very stale champion to me, even with the heel turn. And it didn't work. It didn't work for me. If Bayley was really going to turn heel, I was really hoping she would destroy the Bayley buddies and just act more like a heel instead of a crybaby, because she's telling the crowd to shut up, pushing referees out of the way after she lost to Charlotte here. So if Bayley and Sasha go back for the tag titles, that's probably the best decision. As for now, Charlotte and Becky holding the fort. Good job, Charlotte. Oh, but now it's time to talk about the Hell in the Cell match between The Fiend and Seth Rollins. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, if you guys have skipped to this conversation, I cannot wait to hear what you think I'm going to say. But let's go. Okay, here's the thing. Seth Rollins comes out, great. Bray Wyatt comes out, still with the lantern, great. Hell in a Cell match, fine. They used many spots they've been using on their dark matches and live event matches. Rollins hitting curb stomps, Bray Wyatt putting up with none of it. He will just stand back up. He will kick out at one. The pedigree stomp combination did not work. Wyatt got his sister Abigail at one point, but Rollins did kick out. And then Seth started to go nuts. A chair shot to Wyatt on his back that, like, Wyatt was laying on his back and Rollins hits him in the head. What it looked like. Maybe it was like the space in front of his head on the ground, but that looked like a headshot to me. I was marking out for that. Next, Rollins brings in a ladder and just, boom, stomps him down again with it. After, like, I think 15 or 20 stomps, absolutely crazy. He brings in a tool chest and he has the ladder and chair sandwiched on top of Wyatt's head and starts just banging them with the toolbox. He adjusts the toolbox in it and goes and grabs a sledgehammer, and after what looked like a fight between Rollins' own personal demons, he whacks the sledgehammer and all that stuff on Wyatt's head, even though Bray Wyatt's fine. The referee rang the bell for the disqualification. Oh my god. Oh my god. But. We are all smart, intelligent people. If you saw what WWE put out recently, it was a poll. How do you see the Bray Wyatt-Seth Rollins match ending? By pinfall? By submission? Or by disqualification? What? Are you kidding me? WWE acknowledges that in a poll that they're actually thinking of ending a Hell in the Cell match by disqualification. When I saw that, my mind was made up. Bray Wyatt is not going to win the Universal title. Maybe he doesn't need to win the Universal title. This character seems like this unbroken phenomenon that is over a championship. And I was right. Bray Wyatt did not win the championship, but he did not lose that match. As a matter of fact, Seth was looking to even abuse more punishment on him, but Wyatt locked in the mandible claw. I'm not sure what kind of blood capsule was used, if it was in Rollins' mouth or in Wyatt's glove, but blood was trickling out the mouth of Rollins. It looked really disturbing to me, and Wyatt ended the show on top, but not with the championship. The thing is, after what you did to Kofi Kingston on Smackdown, with everyone hating the result after the show, I've heard many people were very angry. And Cain Velasquez not doing much to Lesnar. You do this on pay-per-view, piss off everyone again. Are you trying to send the fans to AEW at this point? That's the amazing thing. It's so much easier for me to watch this stuff now, knowing that, one, they're going to do this stupid idea, and two, I have AEW, so I'm not going to complain. If I want to expect great things, I'll expect it from AEW who deliver. Because WWE are making poor choices right now. I am not, despite me being pleased about the result and my expectation, I am not, repeat, not proud of these decisions. I cannot believe that WWE are going down these ridiculous roads right now. And if they want to quit, if this is their sign of weakness, then so be it. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was Hell in the Cell. 2 years in a row, they have ruined the ending of Hell in the Cell with the no contest last year and the disqualification this year. My, downhill we go. But up with AEW. Remember where your expectations should be. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought was the highlight of Hell in the Cell. For me, it was the Kabuki Warriors winning the titles. If you thought it was a garbage show, please let me know why. I'd love to hear you in the comments section below. I will see you all in a later video. Maybe another reaction video. You guys let me know. Do you want more reaction videos? I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up. Thank you all for watching. See you later. Have a great day, and keep it real.